My name is Ayana Mitchell, and I'm from Martinsville, Virginia. When I got about 32 weeks into my pregnancy, the doctor done a sonogram and actually started to see cysts on my daughter's kidneys. From that point, they sent me to Roanoke, and they checked me out, and they ran tests, and I think I made it to 2 visits to Roanoke. By the second visit, they checked me again, and there was no amniotic fluid around Nadia whatsoever. My blood pressure had went up, and they had to take her.
I'm Tiffany, and I'm from Pocahontas. I had to come here because I have lymphoma, and that's a type of cancer. And I've been staying here for 3 weeks now getting radiation. I found a lump on my neck, and then I had to go get a CAT scan, and then I had to get a needle biopsy, and then I was transferred here to UVA to get a full biopsy, and then they confirmed that it was lymphoma.
I've had 9 surgeries, and they've used parts of my body to build my ears, and it's gone great.
Andrew was born with what's called bilateral microtia. Microtia just means little ear. He did not have fully formed ears. He did not have ear canals. Andrew's ear canals were built at the University of Virginia.
My name is Sandra Davis. We're originally from Seattle, Washington, and we moved to Florida. My granddaughter, Ayana, she is in UVA in the PICU unit, and she is in need of a heart transplant. My daughter took her to the doctor, and they did just an examination on her, and then they told her at that time if Ayana didn't get a heart, she wouldn't make it.
Here at this, the most difficult time in our life, most difficult period, the Ronald McDonald House was totally embraced us. They took us in with open arms, fed us, provided us shelter, and just a perfect situation for the worst time in our life.
Emma just wasn't born with a perfect heart, and so she's always going to need monitoring, and she's always going to need cardiac care, and we're always going to need a place to stay.
We try and care medically for that child, but we're also trying to care for the family, but we don't have the facilities, particularly for the children in the intensive care units, to house and feed them.
Here's your bright pearly eyes.
So on a daily basis, most of the families of the children that I deal with live at the Ronald McDonald House while their children are here.
This is the first place that we stop and empty out our baggage, and it's kind of nice to have, home plate between the hospital and, home, to be able to stop here and know you've got a place to go.
It's comforting to know that you have support when you're up here. That's like the greatest thing that you could have.
It's a more welcoming environment to stay at the Ronald McDonald House than to stay in a hotel and support your child in the hospital. The Ronald McDonald House is a place where families can congregate, where families can maintain the normal activities of daily living while supporting their own child who's in the hospital, often for a long period of time.
I think the advantage of the community in the Ronald McDonald House is that these families are surrounded by other families who know exactly what they're going through and what they're talking about. For that reason, I think being around folks that really get it and have been there is exactly what they need.
The kids are very accepting of each other, so it's nice to be around a group of people, even the adults, who are going through the same type situation. The bandages don't affect them. It's just a lot more comfortable to be around people who understand.
I hated it when I lost my hair, and then I seen a lot of other people here that just run around with bandanas on, and it helped me be more comfortable with that.
If Ronald McDonald House didn't exist, we would have the children in our hospital would not get the full care that they need, because part of what they need is the medical care, but part of what they need is the support of their families. And if their family is worried about whether they're going to be able to pay the hotel bill, they are not going to be able to be focused on their child.
Well, with a 100% occupancy rate and a 2-page waiting list, there obviously needs to be a sense of urgency about trying to get more facility space to help these people. And it's not an overnight process. There's a licensing process that has to be gone through. Property has to be acquired, but most importantly, funds have to be raised to make it happen.
We're turning away individuals that need the services of the Ronald McDonald House. And so they currently have now working on plans to eventually expand the house to meet those needs.
You can come over here and say beep beep to the girl.
Part of our responsibility as human beings is not to do everything that we do with an expectation of personal gain or return, but to do some things because we know there are people who need help. I don't think you could do something that would have more impact on individuals' lives than this organization has.
Well, you never know what turn your life is going to make. And I never thought I'd be in this position, and I never thought I'd be in the Ronald McDonald House.